Hello farming fans and welcome to our YouTube channel. It's the start of July and in most parts of the country the combines are either raring to go or already out in the fields. Over the next few weeks we will be focusing on the grain harvest and we are kicking things off with a very special shoot. We will introduce you to the new harvesting giant, the New Holland CR11. We will show you it out in the field and give you an exclusive glimpse of it in production. We hope you enjoy watching this new test drive video. "775 horsepower engine power, a 20,000 litre grain tank and a header width of up to 18 metres. With the CR11, New Holland is pushing into the premier class when it comes to threshing machinery. In this video, we will tell you all about what makes this combine really stand out and how it should be classified. It's a wonderful feeling when you settle down in the cab of the CR11. You certainly get an impressive view of the 15.25 metre wide header from MacDon. In terms of construction, the cab is the same as on the current CR10.90, which by the way is still part of the model range. The operating lever and console are both tried and tested. The monitoring and setting of the machine parameters and steering system is done via 2 monitors. In addition to the user interface, there are lots of new functions and displays, like the grain chamber and 360-degree panoramic view. Whether it's reversing or operating the stone trap, the driver should only execute all processes from the cab. Coming up with a new and significantly more powerful large combine sounds like a relatively easy job for the development engineers, right? Well, they were asked to provide more threshing power and a better threshing quality with as few losses and as reliably and cost-effectively as possible. Some ideas and approaches were nipped in the bud due to legal requirements regarding the vehicle dimensions. The developers behind the CR11 found an interesting solution to accommodate more power by installing the engine lengthways and at the same angle as the rotors. Thanks to this new setup, the drives could be simplified or eliminated altogether, and the extra space spent on the wider inclined conveyor. This is the main reason why the combine can hold more material. Our test machine is one of 5 CR11s currently in Germany. In our test drive, which took place just to the south of Magdeburg, we had to deal with some challenging threshing conditions on our first day harvesting the winter barley. Due to the wet conditions, our experience is not truly representative of what the machine can really do. For New Holland, the 50-tine draper header is the perfect partner to supply the CR11 with feed. Thanks to its 3-part structure, the cutter bar, reel and support frame all closely follow the contours of the ground. The double rotor technology used here was also used in the previous flagship model, the CR10.90. The rotors, which have been extended by a good 50% and now have a larger diameter, have helped to increase the productivity of the CR11. This is just one of the reasons why the new model is around a metre longer than the CR10.90. Interestingly though, the overall weight of the 2 machines is quite similar. A few new cleaning features have also been added. 2 enormous sieve pans have been built into the machine. The focus here is on ensuring a transverse distribution and so an even feeding of the sieves. Pressure sensors positioned at several different points help here. We will take a closer look at the issue of grain losses later in this video. A powerful elevator transports the harvest crops to the grain tank. With a flow rate of 210 litres per second, the unloading performance is definitely generous. So where does the CR11 actually come from? Customers in Europe, Africa, Oceania and North America get their combines from Zedelgem in northwest Belgium. At the start of the year, we had the opportunity to see the entire combine assembly line and shoot some exclusive footage for this video. In addition to the CR twin rotor combine, the CX Walker combine is built here. Some of the other assembly lines here in Zedelgem are used to manufacture forest harvesters and square balers. Agricultural and Construction Machinery Group, CNH, make their products in 43 factories around the world. 76% of their revenue comes from their agricultural division. The group described the development of the new CR large combine series as one of the biggest and most important projects in their history. At its peak, the multi-million-dollar project, which started in 2014, had 300 engineers working on it, over half of whom were solely focused on software development. The large machines are gradually growing. The proportion of parts made in-house is high. Roughly 2,500 units roll off the assembly line here each year. For the 2024 grain harvest, around 40 CR11 combines are already out working in the fields. The addition of the smaller CR10 was recently made public. Whilst the architecture is largely the same as that of the CR11, it gets its 635 horsepower from a smaller engine. With a capacity of 16,000 litres, the grain tank is slightly more compact. We were lucky enough to be able to shoot some footage of the new machine on the factory test track. A large part of the 36-hectare site is taken up by the group's research and development department. Here, frames, axles, separators and pickup and connection points are all stress tested. During the testing process, the test vehicle experiences the entire life cycle of a combine in just a few weeks. The new CR11 also went through all these steps during its development. According to the manufacturer, by using new materials and completely replacing the chain drives with power belts, they've been able to significantly reduce the weight of the machine while increasing its efficiency. According to New Holland, 80 patents were applied for as part of this new development. Combines have been manufactured here in Zedelgem for almost 120 years. As part of a 5-year plan, 150 million euros are being invested in modernising and increasing the capacity of the factory. Great things are expected from the new CR range. With the development of this new combine, New Holland focused on increasing performance while lowering overall costs. Part of this is to do with avoiding grain losses or volunteered grains, as this can result in fewer harvested crops and subsequent crop production costs. New Holland is aiming for practically zero grain losses. We tested this promise with the Bushel Plus drop pan. The losses were extremely low and sat at just 0.2%. Given the massive header width, we should also briefly mention straw and chaff management. Using 2 radar sensors, a system records the speed and projected distance of the crop residues through the dust. Depending on the material and wind, deviations from the model image are analysed and the speed of the chaff spreader adjusted as needed. The technology makes an excellent first impression. Thanks to its yield mapping, the combine has long been an important source of data for decisions regarding sowing, fertilizing and soil cultivation. With this new model, things are being taken a step further. The NIR sensor below the elevator measures not only the moisture content of the grain, but also its protein and starch contents. With canola, it even measures the oil content. The farmer using the machine can then see the composition of the current harvested crop live and online. This data then helps them to make decisions about storage and distribution, and to optimize the seed rates and fertilization measures. This new Holland CR11 test drive is already one of our highlights from this year's harvest, but there is still a lot more to come, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on our next videos. We'll be heading back to North America at the end of the year, where we hope to see the CR11 in action again and get some more footage of it hard at work.